Stephen, a 3-1 defeat to Dungannon Swifts here today. What are your thoughts on the game, please?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to apologise to every Carrick Rangers fan for having to endure the first 30 minutes of that football match, because it was so unacceptable, it was untrue. The level of our performance was disgraceful. We didn't get tight to people, we dilly-dallied on the ball, we gifted them 3 goals really. Our man marking was a shambles, and to say that I was cross is probably the biggest understatement that you'll hear today. I thought we clawed back into it for 15 minutes, really stopping the flow, if you like, when we changed our shape a little bit. And the half-time conversation probably couldn't be aired. So big questions asked of people around attitude and performance. Asked them to go out and win the second half. In football terms, you often talk about it's 0-0. Let's see the second half, and asked them to go and win that, and they did that. To be fair to them, and they were much better, much improved in their box relentlessly, and probably could have scored another goal or two. But so that part of the game has pleased me. The first 30 minutes of the game was disgraceful.
I'm sure that the sort of fact that we've gone from being sort of defensively quite strong and resilient, and now it looked like we let one in sort of the second and third fall quite quickly today is a bit worrying, that we'll maybe want to get back to sort of being a lot more defensively solid like we were earlier in the season.
Yeah, in the early throes of it, we had a very strong defensive shape, and we had people tucked in behind the ball. We weren't really getting out of our half, and we had a lot of draws, if you remember, and then some narrow defeats. When you sort of open yourself up and try to expand a little bit and try to attack teams, particularly good teams, that can cut you open with pace and quality, that can be your downfall. And look, there's no excuses being made here from anybody. Players take responsibility. I pick teams. I sit for 2 and 3 days picking teams, watching opposition, trying to work out who's the best players to play in particular games. What's in people's legs, what they've endured over the last 2 or 3, 4, 6 weeks, whatever, and who might be rested, who may not be rested. Danny has come on and done well in the second half, but his last 2 or 3 performances haven't been up to the standard that I expect from him. And we weren't getting results. So you have to try new things. You have to bring different people into the game. I thought in Jack Hastings, an 18-year-old that we're seeing emerge with high energy, high quality, really chase a fiver in the wind, as they talk about, has been superb in the 3 games, I think, of 4 games that we've seen him. Those are great things. To see Heatley back in, to see Shannon Clugas back in, Joe Croak back in, those are good things. So there's lots of things that we're working on. Gotta stay focused. Gotta keep everybody together. That's part and parcel of team sport. But for me, there always has to be that drive. There always has to be that focus on trying to I can take a defeat any day of the week. If a team beat us, and we've been very, very good, which we have been in certain games. The Glenavon game where we lost against 10 men. If we the Lauren game, I'll come out here and I'll say we were brilliant today. We deserve something out of it. We lost narrowly. The team were superb. You can do that all day, but when you're well beaten, and for me, if I see signs of people not giving what they should, that is unacceptable for me. And for me, in the first half, there was an under par performance that I wasn't happy with, and that is the overriding mood that I have. They corrected it in the second half, but it's disappointing from my point of view.
Thank you, Stephen.